If you let go, it will come. That's all you got to do is let go. Just let go. Sail it off with this ship. Stop trying to control the outcome. Stop trying to be attached to someone else, a person, the story that you tell yourself about why you are where you are, the outcome, the past. Let it go and it will come. I promise you. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that, why to do that, and other ways to go about that. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now on this video, I'm gonna show you all about letting go. This is the thing, and this is why it is so important to let go. When you let go, like scale of consciousness, when you let go, just drop it, your vibration naturally raises. When your vibration raises, you feel better, and when you're in a better feeling state, you're more likely to have more contagious energy. You're gonna be more attractive to people. You're gonna have more of a carefree mentality. And you're going to find that synchronistically, things reflect back in your life that are preferable. But you'll find in almost every situation when you attach to things, and when you're not letting go of either a person, an outcome, control, the past, the story you tell yourself, when you don't let go of that, you create resistance. Now in my own life, I've had to learn this the hard way. The hard way of learning about this was that probably for me, I would say the one that was the most difficult was control, letting go of control. And I think the reason that is because growing up, many of you have heard my story. I know I've made a lot of videos on YouTube, so some of you have heard the story many times, but having the ex-step in my life from 7 to 16 years old. I realized I was always saying 7 to 15 years old. It's actually 7 to 16. So there you go, new piece of information. So the 7 to 16 years old, I had the ex-stepmom in my life who was very controlling, very manipulative, and didn't have much freedom at all. But what I learned is I ended up craving that certainty. And that certainty, even though my brother and I both were treated very poorly, after my dad divorced her, I remember feeling that sense of like anything can happen now. Even though my brother and I were normally doing chores outside, locked out, not allowed to have friends, even though all those situations, there was a level of certainty to that felt comfortable. So after my ex-stepmom left my life at 16 years old, my dad divorced her, all of a sudden my brother and I are allowed to eat the food we want, we're allowed to have friends, we're allowed to watch TV, we don't have to earn going to school activities. All of a sudden, there's like this level of uncertainty, and what ended up happening is I craved that certainty, and until I created it myself, one of the ways I created certainty, one of them was actually smoking weed. Yeah, smoking weed. I know a lot of you may smoke weed. It's okay. I'm not judging you. But one of the ways I coped with the past, for me, was by smoking. I remember when I would smoke, it was a way of certainty. Anytime I would smoke, then that feeling would go away. I was on a desperate climb to gain certainty in my life, and there were many different ways I did that. One was taking Adderall was another one. I took Adderall because it was labeled as having ADHD because I had a lot of energy. So I ended up doing is taking that as well. Once again, certainty. You take it, you feel that certainty. And then I decided, and I learned meditation. I wanted to get rid of having the side effects of like Adderall, which are you couldn't sleep very much, couldn't eat very much. So I learned and found meditation online was very powerful. I decided to do that, and within weeks, I completely got rid of taking Adderall, completely got rid of smoking, and I started to meditate. I didn't found certainty in something else, but this was something more positive. And then after meditation, years later, I got certainty in making daily YouTube videos and starting to become successful. So this whole time, I was having issues letting go of that certainty. And then I started to find that the more I had perspectives and the more I would attach myself to meditation or videos, and I started to get success and I started to get rewarded for that. But what I eventually found is I had to let go of that control in order for me to really get to the next level. I hit a wall when I was making daily videos, and I started to get results from it, but I felt like so much resistance. Remember, if you are attached, you are resistant. If you are not attached, you are not resistant to something. If I am like, okay, I want somebody to come, if I'm attached to what time somebody gets here, let's say at like 1 o'clock. And it's like, I'm like, man, they better be here at 1 o'clock. If they're not here at 1 o'clock, I'm gonna get very angry. So at like 12:55, I'm like, it's almost 1 o'clock. They better be here at 1 o'clock. And I'm feeling all this resistance, like 12:57. Oh my goodness, they better be here. And it's like 1:02, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not here. They said they were gonna be here, and all this resistance. But if I'm not attached, and I'm like, oh, they could be here at 1, but if they're a little bit late, a little bit early, it's okay. It's gonna be much easier. I'm like, okay, it's 1:05, they're here. Okay, cool, come in. You see, one is gonna require more than the other, but understand this, the more attached you are, the less attractive you are. Literally, it's just energy. Energy is open and free and unconditional loving. Look at the scale of consciousness right here. 500 is love. So you've got fear, courage, willingness. 400 is reasoning. 400 is the intellect. 400 is the mind. And then 500 is love. Now, all attachment comes from reason and below. Reason and below. It's the story in our mind. We have a story. Oh my God, that one person, I really hope they text me back. I really hope that this great stuff happens. It's a story. It's a story in the mind. And people say, how do you let go? How do you let go? Letting go is hard. How do you let go? You become aware of the story, of the reason. It stems from a belief. You've got belief. Watch Daniel. Daniel's the amazing editor. Belief. Feeling. What is the third? Thoughts, action, results, belief. Belief is also story. Belief, feeling, thoughts, action, results, which feels it. It's a cycle. So people say, how do I let go? You got to get to the belief. What is the story? And then once you get to the story, then you can let it go. But until then, you don't know it's a story. And that's the problem. So letting go, one of the big times I let go is I was on plant medicine in Costa Rica. And I was realizing I created this ego that likes to make videos on YouTube that has become successful. I gotta maintain it. I gotta maintain it. And because I had to maintain it, and I was afraid to share certain videos on YouTube too. That's another thing. People are attached to what other people think. I was afraid to make esoteric videos that would make me a little bit less credible. So what I ended up doing is I did that plant medicine in Costa Rica, and I got this message. Let go. Just let go. Let go. Stop being attached. Don't care what people think. Do what the hell you want to do. So what I did is I ended up saying, you know what? I'm going to make videos I want to talk about. I don't care what people think. And I made those videos. Guess what happened? I was at like 300,000 to 400,000 subs. It went to like 500,000, 600,000 subs in like 6 months. Super quick. Everything exploded because I wasn't focused on what other people thought. I let go of that and I was doing what I want to do. It was so counterintuitive because the part of me that was in control, that I gained certainty, which also stemmed back to my childhood, once I let that go, more and more magic come to me. But remember, if you're having trouble letting go, there's a reason there. The reasoning of the mind. The story, the cobweb of the mind that's trying to decide why you feel the way you do. And if you feel attached to a story about someone else, and realize this, okay, sometimes, let's talk about people. Sometimes people have trouble letting go of like an ex or something like that. Realize this, you are an infinite spiritual being living a temporary human experience. That's number one, okay? Number two, you had an amazing experience with this person, or maybe not amazing, but you feel attached to them. Okay, that's just awareness. Nothing good about that, really. I mean, it's just awareness. But three, what you can realize is that one of the reasons you feel love or joy when you're around them is because you have a reason in your mind that says when you are around them, they associate and they give you permission to feel love about yourself. That love was already within you. The love's already inside. You don't got to do nothing. But in our mind, we say, oh, when I'm with this person, then I feel the love. Then I feel 100% worthy, whole, and complete. I have a rule and a story in my mind from Disney movies that screwed me up when I was a kid that said, when I watch this, when I have this person in my life, this beautiful princess, my Prince Charming, when he's here, then I feel happy. Because I'm conditioned to believe that that's what I need to be happy. Because of thousands of videos and Disney movies. But that's just a story. It's a reasoning. It's a BS thing we bought into. BS stands for belief system. So letting go is realizing that if you're attached to any of these, that's why you feel resistant. And all you gotta do is become aware of the reasoning, the story you're telling yourself about someone else. Now, let's go back to the X example. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 billion people in the world. 7 billion. That's a lot of people. 7 billion people. But what we do is we meet one person that we develop a story about, and we're like, this is my special someone. I'm meant to be with them forever. And we have this perspective, and what ends up happening is because of this perspective, we end up feeling attached, and then it's hard to let go of them. But realize this, there's 7 billion people in the world. If you've had such a deep connection with this one person, then it's highly, highly probable that there's someone else out there that you could have even a deeper connection with. Silence is dramatic. That's why I put it in there. So that's the difference. You realize that, hey, you're self-fulfilling. Everything's already inside you. You can give yourself permission to feel love. You can give yourself permission to feel confident. It's giving yourself permission. It's just that we have rules. In the reasoning, we put rules that say, when this happens, then I feel this way. When this happens, then I feel this way. You can let go of those rules, and you can decide who you are. Now realize this. This is the biggest epiphany lately that I've had. Everything is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Everything. But what about, no, everything is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Even things I like. I like numerology. I think it's pretty dope. But guess what? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I look into numerology. Oh, look, this says that this year's a 3-year for me. This means this. Maybe it does have an influence, but that's self-fulfilling. I believe it does. It's a story I buy into. If you believe that, I was talking to someone yesterday. They're like, well, when I'm on YouTube and like I feel like, and like I'm trying to make YouTube videos, someone's telling me they're trying to make YouTube videos and this is how they feel. I'm like, dude, that's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. You care what people think and you think you need more experience. You need to do this, this, and this to feel credible. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy. He said, what is the difference with you when you started? Because when I started, I was living at my dad's house. Up to you're talking about the law of attraction from these ideas I learned from having a sales commission job where every day I went in and started at 0. I would start with where I was and I would just share ideas. I was a self-fulfilling prophecy. I feel like what I have to say is valuable. And it was because I felt that way. Even now I'm realizing I went from making videos 6 days a week on YouTube to 3 or 4 days. I feel like that's good for me right now because I'm able to bring in more yin energy into my life, which means I'm able to like chill out a little bit because I spent 3 years making daily videos. And I'm doing that, and I'm starting to feel more free. But guess what? It's also a self-fulfilling prophecy. There will come a time when I will look and I'll say, you know what? I need to take a little bit more action. I need to do this. I need to do that. That'll also be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Some people say, hey, don't take action until you feel completely aligned within yourself. If you believe that, then that's your self-fulfilling prophecy. My self-fulfilling prophecy is that when you take action, you then move through resistance. That's also a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's hard to let go of your ex. Self-fulfilling prophecy. It's hard to do your passion full time. Oh my goodness, once again, a self-fulfilling prophecy. Anything you say, any belief you have, any story you tell yourself, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Everything is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Everything. So what is the key out of it? The key out of it, the way out, is by becoming aware it is just a story. It is not actually 100% the way reality works. It's a story. Once you become aware it's a story, you can then change the story. But until you become aware of it, you can't change it. So, everything is a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the key is just letting go. Let go, become free. You're a free bird meant to fly around. A beautiful sky, see yourself flying, flapping around. You're free. You attach yourself to different stories, persons, control the past. It's like putting an anchor on your little bird leg. And it sucks. And I get it. But all you got to do is let go. When you're not attached, you're not resistant. Then you can fly wherever the heck you want to go. So this is all about realizing that then you get into unconditional love. Unconditional love is above reasoning. Einstein was at 499. That's what he calibrated at. 500 is love. He would have had to let go of those perspectives in order to be in that love. He started to get into that level of consciousness, apparently. But the key to all of this is letting go. Let go and it will come. I let go of my 9-to-5 job and believing that was my story of who I was. Then I became a full-time YouTuber. Now I'm a full-time YouTuber. And eventually I will be that of traveling the world doing live events. And then one day I'll be doing live events and I'll probably transcend that. These are all just stories. They're just self-fulfilling prophecies that we take on for a period of time that then we can let go of. And once we let go of them, then we feel free. So, I have a letting go playlist that will blow your freaking mind. It will blow your mind and help you let go and more. You might be like, Aaron, this is really cool, but I want to know more and more and more about letting go because I feel like it's helped me let go of all these things. Click here. Letting go playlist. Super powerful. As always, talk to you later. Peace.